In the kingdoms of this world, a king is one who reigns with power, prestige, and pride. But the Bible paints a different picture. What if the path to the crown is paved with humility? What if a servant could become a king? In Deuteronomy 17:14-20, Moses describes the kind of king Israel should have. Not one driven by power or pride, but one who walks in humility, clings to the Torah, and rules with justice. This king must not amass wealth, horses, or wives, nor should he return the people to Egypt, symbolizing slavery and dependence on human systems. Ellen White reminds us in Patriarchs and Prophets that leadership is a sacred trust, and rulers must remain ever mindful of their responsibility to serve God's people, not dominate them. In Isaiah 52:13 and Isaiah 53, we meet the servant, one who is despised and rejected, yet through his suffering becomes high and exalted. This language echoes Deuteronomy, but here, the servant gains his glory not through military power but through sacrificial love. The SDA Church teaches that Isaiah's suffering servant is a prophetic revelation of Jesus Christ. His humility, suffering, and obedience become the model of true kingship. Jesus echoes Isaiah when he says, "The Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many." On the cross, crowned with thorns and mocked as King of the Jews, Jesus embodies the paradox of a servant king. In The Desire of Ages, Ellen White writes, "In his life and death, Jesus gave us a perfect example of what God's leadership looks like, service rooted in divine love. Isaiah's servant prolongs his days after being cut off from the land of the living. Resurrection is the divine stamp of approval. God exalts the servant to kingly status. Jesus rises from the grave, which is the vindication of the servant's role, showing the connection between suffering and eternal kingship. Revelation 5 shows the Lamb who was slain as the only one worthy to open the scrolls, heaven's true king. Jesus told his disciples, "Whoever wants to be first must be servant of all." In God's upside-down kingdom, greatness is measured not in status, but in sacrifice. SDA pastors, elders, and leaders are called not to lord over others, but to shepherd with compassion. This model mirrors the servant king. What does servant leadership look like today? In your home, your church, your workplace, can you lead like Christ? So, can a servant be a king? The Bible's answer is a resounding yes. From Moses to Isaiah to Jesus, the theme is clear. Sacrifice precedes sovereignty. Jesus is not only our king, but our perfect example. Let us walk in his footsteps, leading through love, reigning through righteousness. Will you follow the servant king? Will you lead by serving?